In the modern industrial system, rare earths have become a key resource for global competition, and China has an absolute dominant position in this field. Because they own about 40% of the world's rare earth resources and control more than 90% of the rare earth supply, it is simply a rare earth kingdom. Recently, Chinese scientists have discovered another super treasure. They found a huge rare earth ore layer in the Himalayas that may be worth more than $120 billion, with an estimated rare earth reserve of more than 40 million tons. This discovery is undoubtedly a great news in China, but it also immediately attracted the attention of neighboring India. Some Indian media reported that China must cooperate with India when mining this mineral deposit. To put it nicely, it is cooperation, but in fact, it just wants China to give them half of the resources. So why did India make such a direct request? In today's video, we will explore this issue in depth. Let's understand what happened behind this. If you like our video content, please click to subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you can receive all our latest video content. Now, let's get into today's topic. As we all know, rare earth elements are known as industrial gold, the underlying support for scientific and technological progress, and also an important role in the military field. Take the semiconductor industry as an example. Without rare earth elements, the manufacturing process may be completely different. Semiconductors are the heart of all modern electronic devices. Without rare earths, the performance of many electronic products would certainly be very different, and even basic functions might be difficult to guarantee. From the mobile phones in our hands to the computers we use, from the TVs at home to the wind turbines outdoors, and even the missiles used by the military, these high-tech products and systems are almost inseparable from the blessing of rare earth elements. To explain with the most intuitive data, a smartphone contains about 10 grams of rare earths, and an airplane requires about 500 kilograms of rare earth elements. Even more amazing is that a modern aircraft carrier may need up to 2,000 tons of rare earth elements. Of course, these rare earths are also used to make high-end military equipment such as super-strong magnets, lasers, and radars. From missile guidance systems to radar detection technology, the application of rare earth elements is almost everywhere. Therefore, the world's major powers and major countries regard rare earths as a vital strategic resource. According to data from 2023, the world's proven rare earth resource reserves are about 120 million tons, while China's domestic reserves are as high as 44 million tons, which means that China has an astonishing 40% of the world's rare earth resources. According to data from 2023, the global rare earth mineral production is about 370,000 tons, while China produces about 250,000 tons per year, almost monopolizing the global rare earth market. In addition, the United States is also very dependent on rare earths, and about 80% of its rare earth imports rely on China. Although China ranks first in global rare earth production, it is also not to be underestimated in terms of consumption, but also the largest rare earth consumer. The country also has an extremely complete rare earth extraction industry chain, which can almost complete the purification of the entire rare earth series. It can be said that China accounts for more than 50% of the global rare earth refining-related patents. However, despite China's strong production and technological advantages in the field of rare earths, with the continuous mining in recent years, the stored rare earth resources have gradually decreased. It is understood that most of the rare earth mineral resources discovered in China were discovered during the 20th century. After entering the 21st century, although China has made a lot of efforts in rare earth exploration, the number of newly discovered rare earth mineral resources has never exceeded 100-ton mines. This limitation has also become one of the main reasons why China cannot meet export demand in mining and refining, which has dropped by 40%. In order to meet this challenge, Chinese scientists and research teams are actively seeking breakthroughs. Through a large amount of data comparison and algorithm optimization, they have developed an artificial intelligence technology to quickly find mineral deposits. The success rate of mineral identification in this method has reached an astonishing 96%. Using advanced means such as big data, satellite remote sensing, geological radar, and drones, China has conducted comprehensive detection and analysis of some mountain ranges. After unremitting efforts in recent years, Chinese scientists have finally discovered one of the world's largest rare earth deposits in the Himalayas. This huge rare earth deposit is not only more than 1,000 kilometers long, but also has an estimated reserve of more than 40 million tons. Such a large-scale discovery is also called a major breakthrough in the field of rare earths. However, despite the huge potential of this resource, mining work faces many challenges. Because the Himalayas are not only one of the highest and most magnificent mountains in the world, but also one of the most challenging mountains. The complex terrain, adverse climatic conditions, and frequent rainfall make it extremely difficult to carry out manual work here. Therefore, although Chinese scientists have completed detailed exploration of the deposits, actual mining has been delayed. Although rare earth mining in this mountain range is difficult, the rare earth belts in the Himalayas are different. They are magmatic rare earth mines with high grade, easy mining, and low environmental impact. If these rare earth resources can be fully utilized, China's rare earth industry will usher in new opportunities for high-quality development. It was not until June 2024 that China finally announced that it would start mining rare earth mineral resources in the Himalayas. Experts predict that once China has completed the mining of this treasure, it will be able to obtain up to $120 billion in revenue. However, this is a good news, but it also aroused India's jealousy and dissatisfaction. At this time, India claimed that China must share half of the profits and advocated the joint development of this mineral deposit with Nepal, Bhutan, and China. So why did India make such a request? In fact, part of the huge rare earth resources found in the Himalayas spans India, Nepal, and the border area with Bhutan. India naturally has a strong interest in the ownership of this resource. Considering that China and India have had territorial disputes in the border area many times since 2020, India may use this as an excuse to take action to try to seize this part of the resources. Moreover, the rare earth resources on the Earth are limited. Whoever can own more rare earths can gain a huge strategic advantage. Therefore, India is naturally unwilling to miss such an opportunity. Over the past year, Indian media have been reporting on the discovery, calling it China's border expansion and provocation, and demanding that China respect India's sovereignty and interests. From a strategic perspective, the rare earth minerals discovered by Chinese scientists at this location are indeed very attractive and actionable for India. At present, Indian officials have made it clear that starting from 2030, 5,000 tons of rare earths will need to be mined every year to meet the growing demand. It is worth mentioning that India is also trying to take this opportunity to win over the United States and form a tit-for-tat situation with China. India has planned to increase its rare earth mining by 4 times in the next decade and has signed a rare earth cooperation agreement with the United States. This agreement aims to enhance its position in the global rare earth market and reduce its dependence on China through cooperation with the United States. If India can control these rare earth resources, even if they are not directly used for its own industrial development, India can sell these resources to other major countries. So far, India and China have started negotiations, and Nepal and Bhutan are also involved. These negotiations and cooperative development situations have actually brought considerable challenges to China. Because if China relies solely on negotiations and cooperative development, it is likely to be at a disadvantage. It is understood that Nepal and Bhutan have been seriously infiltrated by India at the political level in recent years, which has given India a greater influence on the political decision-making of these countries. Previously, China had carried out road construction and infrastructure projects in Bhutan and Nepal, but these projects were once destroyed and obstructed by India. In view of this, China is highly vigilant about India's strategy. But I think that even if India seizes this rare earth treasure, it may not have sufficient mining capacity. After all, mining in such complex terrain and harsh climatic conditions is much more difficult than in plains. The terrain of the Himalayas is extremely complex, with towering mountains, steep terrain, and changeable and extreme climates, all of which greatly increase the challenges of mining. In addition, the ecological environment of the Himalayas is also relatively fragile. The environmental protection issues here cannot be ignored, and mining operations may have a serious impact on the local ecosystem. Therefore, mining requires a lot of manpower, material, and financial resources, and also tests the technical level and environmental management capabilities of the mining industry. Even China, known as the infrastructure maniac, took 2 years of research before finally announcing the mining of this rare earth deposit. It is worth mentioning that the United States may also be involved in the rare earth dispute between India and China. As a superpower, the United States relies on 100% of its rare earth imports, most of which come from China. This dependence puts the United States at considerable risk when facing tensions between China and the United States. Once China restricts the export of rare earths, the development of the United States will be seriously affected. Therefore, in recent years, the United States has been actively looking for opportunities to cooperate with other countries to reduce its dependence on China's rare earths. So, do you think China will share this huge rare earth resource with India? To not miss out on our future projects and news updates, please make sure you subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications. We will continue to provide you with more exciting and interesting content.